Hey guys, this is your girl Shima from Help Me Out, your personal development and premarital life coach. Notice I said personal development and premarital life coach, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. However, we all have to handle money. We all have to handle assets and debt and figure out how to grow, right? So I just want to go over a few things with you guys on this video. Preparing yourself for success. Preparing yourself for the bubbles that are about to bust right now. Okay, as you know, if you keep up with any type of finances, a lot of times I watch Bloomberg. If you're not familiar, go into your Roku or your Fire Stick, your cable, satellite, whatever you got. Start watching the Bloomberg channel. They talk a lot of economical subjects and topics on finances, and check out Bloomberg. So for those of you who aren't really business savvy, maybe you're not even tech savvy, I'm just going to give you a few options of things to look at so you can begin planning now. These bubbles that pop every 10 years, we have bubbles pop. Every 10 years, every 30 years, every 100 years. Okay? So this 2025-26 window we're in is the every 100-year bubble that's about to pop. Okay? So you need to get in and invest it somewhere to catch some of this money that's about to hit in this wealth transfer. Okay, I don't care what you got to do it to get it. I don't care if you got to take out a loan, if you got to figure out how you're going to get this money. You have to invest somewhere. Okay, simply investing in just real estate only, it's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be, because if you're paying attention, we have major private companies purchasing up huge amounts of property because they're trying to move into a system where we rent everything from private people who own everything. We just pay rent. We own nothing. So that's what's taking place. That's what's been happening over the last 5 years now since COVID hit. They got in on that bubble that popped during COVID. Okay, so now is the time to set yourself up. How am I going to get a piece of that pie? Because you don't want to see yourself in 5 years and you're looking like you're looking now, or you're worse off than you was before. Okay, before AI hit, before the computers took over, before algorithms and AI agents took over everything. You need to get in now before everybody else who's not paying attention starts trying to tap in. It becomes oversaturated and you miss the moment. You missed the moment. Okay? So you've been watching all these people losing their jobs. Okay, Walmart cutting people off. Amazon firing a whole bunch of people because they're moving to computers. They're not using people no more. They're moving to computers and robots. So where do you fit in? Where are you going to fit in? Okay, so you've seen me do videos before, and I'm just going to try to, I don't want to take too long on this video because y'all know me, I can go on and on and on and on and on. So I'm going to give you some geopolitical things to look at, as well as comparing them with the financial things and what's taking place. So hopefully you can grasp what I'm saying and get in where you fit in. Okay. So if you're paying attention to how the U.S. and Europe and UK are having financial problems because Africa is cutting them off, has cut them off, okay? They were going to Africa, snatching up all the gold and silver and barium, all the resources they could get their hands on. Well, African leaders said no more. The free piggy bank is done, right? So even one of the companies that I was investing in, Barrick and Mining, I invest in Barrick and Mining stock because it's gold. Well, go figure. Barrick and Mining CEO, was arrested by Ibrahim Traore and took to prison because he stole and mined billions of dollars of gold out of Africa and only gave Africa maybe 5%, 10%. They put him in jail, barrack and mining, and told him he won't be getting out until they pay back all the gold that they stole. Go figure. They came up with it real fast. They came up with it real fast and sent it back to Africa. Do you see what I'm saying? So all these three, what they call U.S. Babylon, UK Babylon in biblical times. I'm not going to give you a biblical teaching over it so you can keep up with what's actually happening. This is just on finances. So he had to pay that money back, y'all. Took his butt to prison. So they're forcing the white people and the elites to pay their dues, to stop raping Africa and the Africa's people, African diaspora. Okay. So you can tell that if they're that serious about stealing billions of dollars of gold is important, right? And I've showed you on another video, I go to the bullion store, purchase you some gold and silver coins. Gold and silver bullion. Now, a few months ago, the gold, just for, I believe, a half ounce, was $325. Just for what you would look like, it looked like a gold quarter. That gold quarter is $325. Okay, the silver at the time was $30 a silver, an ounce, 5 ounce. Silver, about $30, $32, $33. Invest in that, because you know we're about to have a currency change from US dollar to Bitcoin, to cryptocurrency, right? So during that exchange, because we know something's coming, you see what Trump is doing. You see how he's acting. He's getting rid of a bunch of migrants. He's getting rid of a bunch of people of color because he wants it mighty whitey, right? Yes, I said mighty whitey. And he's taking away diversity, equity, and inclusion. He's getting rid of Section 8. He's getting rid of a lot of the government funding that has supported the country. He's getting rid of stuff. So whatever comes next, whether it's a natural disaster, whether it's another medical pandemic, epidemic, whether it's war on our own soil in the U.S., whatever's going to happen to cause U.S. to hyperinflate and print off a bunch of money, because we need it, right? We need it. Print that money. Our dollar's going to tank. Nobody's going to use it. We're going to have to switch to crypto, which many people don't even own any crypto. They don't even own $1 fractional dollar of Bitcoin. They don't own anything. They're going to be caught off guard. And their little dollars they think they hold ain't going to be worth nothing. Can't even spend it. At that point, the government's going to have to figure out how to credit everybody some form of cryptocurrency so they can do something. But in the meantime, what will barter and what will trade is gold and silver coins. Globally, everybody will accept gold and silver. Find you a bullion store wherever you live. Start purchasing gold and silver coins so you have something to work with that anybody in the world will accept, gold and silver. Okay, so that's one way you can start investing and saving up some money. Have cash on hand stocked somewhere. I don't care if it's $100. Get it broke down in 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. We ain't got no pennies no more. So I would even say grab a couple rolls of quarters, because even if you have what they call trash money, trash quarters, meaning it doesn't have as much silver in it. It has other metals in it that aren't very precious. But even having some trash silver, some trash coins is better than having nothing. So have on stock in your house, wherever you want to store to keep it. Have some cash on hand, because and I put a video, I'll link it in this video also. Banks are closing down. Banks are struggling, and they're not telling everybody. I told you I got an email from Capital One Bank a few months ago. I don't know what they were going through, but they couldn't process everybody's payroll. All the people that they have, we waiting on our direct deposits. Capital One Bank could not process everybody's paycheck that we got from our employers. They gave us an apology letter, and it took them about 2 days before they dispersed everybody's money. Now, if our employers have paid us already, and the employers are right on their end, why the bank having problems paying us our money? Okay, that was Capital One Bank. Okay, another bank, Valley Bank, just closed down. I'm going to put the link in the description. The banks are struggling, y'all, and they're not saying nothing. So please be aware of that. Have your own money on hand. If you read your fine print, when you signed your agreement application, when you opened your bank account, it literally says, if we go to war, if anything happens and we need that money, we can take your money out your bank account, your savings account, your checking account, and use it in acts of war. It says that. Google it, AI it. And I've known this for decades. It does say that. Okay, so you need to have money on hand. My grandfather, any of y'all who have your grandparents and remember in the 60s, 70s, your grandparents kept money. My granddaddy kept his money in a sock. He put it in the sock, rolled his socks up, and kept it in his sock drawer. And when I come over and I say I want something from the ice cream truck, he'll tell me, go look in his sock drawer, get $1. I go look in his sock drawer, get $1. My daddy, he kept money. He had suits all in his closet, suits. And even when I was a sneaky kid and I wanted money, I had to go through umpteen suits to figure out which pocket he put the money in to get some money. Old school knows. My grandfather never trusted a bank. Never. So keep some kind of cash money on hand. Because if these banks fold and the government, we have a blackout and the government ain't there for you, you better have some money on hand. You better have some bullion, something on hand. Okay, don't expect the government and this U.S. system to be focused on you solely. And they always got a plan for you, but their plan usually entails you paying something back. You being taxed on something. You giving them something back. Okay, they always got a plan for us. So look at that. Okay, investing has changed, y'all. If you think saving all your money in a bank account collecting interest is going to get you there, you so wrong. I just want to say I'm sorry. Absolutely incorrect. People think investing in houses and property and having a bunch of equity saved up in it is what's going to get you there. It might have got you there in the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s. It ain't that way no more. So what is the new way of building wealth? What is the new way of building assets now? You have to change your mind from tangible to digital. It's not tangible anymore. It's digital. I know that's hard to understand. It's hard to perceive, but that's where we're at. And you're going to have to learn how to switch your mindset from tangible to digital. It's a whole new way of thinking. It's AI way of thinking. It's robot way of thinking. We're integrating with artificial intelligence now, meaning It's not about learning the human way. It's about learning the artificial computer intelligence way. How is AI moving? Because AI is now is controlling everything. AI is live, learning, developing, implementing. Okay, so the new way to invest, you're going to have to start learning about stocks. You're going to have to start learning about stocks. So I'm going to give you guys some stocks, a kind of a foundational groundwork on where to get started when it comes to investing right now today. Okay. So get a pen and paper, write down your notes. Or you can rewatch the video again. But take the time right now, like, subscribe, share this video. You guys write some comments. Comment on what you think. Do you have stocks? What are you investing in? Are you seeing any dividends returned on certain ETFs and stocks that you have? What do you have going on? Share with the community so we can just chime in and have a conversation and see how we want to collect these bags, y'all. Okay. So first groundwork are sectors that you want to look at. What sectors are developing right now? And I heard it well put yesterday. When I was in school, we didn't have computers. When I was in elementary school, we didn't have computers. We didn't start getting computers until I hit middle school. I mean, like late middle school. 8th, 9th grade, 7th, maybe somewhere in there. And when computers came out, we didn't see that it would lead to this, to computers running us. But those who got in when computers were just starting, those who were savvy about the stock market, they made billions. Absolute billions. And that's where we're at today. The computer system has upgraded to a certain point to now we're about to enter a new era. And it's almost like going back to the 5th grade and we're about to start. And whoever gets in on it now, a couple of decades, you will have billions. Okay? So where are we right now? Look at the sectors. Artificial intelligence is still fairly new. Any stock that you start investing in that is attached to artificial intelligence is going to lead you to wealth. Because everybody's putting their money in it. Trump, Elon Musk, China, France, they're all putting their money in it, and it's early. Invest in something dealing with AI. Okay. Invest in aviation. I don't mean aviation as in airplanes. I'm talking flying cars. We just had an event in Dallas a few months ago, flying taxis. There were flying taxis there. They were demonstrating. There's a company called Joby, Joby. There's a company called Archer. I've invested in Archer. And then of course they have packages. You can invest in an AI package and it covers like 5 or 6 or however many companies. So you're invested in multiple companies all at one time. So use your app. Robinhood, Uphold, Coinbase. I use Cash App. I have Bitcoin on Cash App. So invest. AI, aviation. Okay. Energy. What are the biggest battles we have? Over oil. How many times do we see oil prices go up and down? Africa is developing its country as we speak right now. So we're needing a lot of agriculture, technology, energy, all these things. We have all the resources. We're just building it now. Okay? So companies that have to do with oil, gas, construction, infrastructure. Find something like that. Food. We're about to go through a food crisis, just like the Hebrews did in Egypt when they had that 7-year famine. We are about to go through some food shortages. If you pay attention, farmers here in Texas, for sure, in the South, once Trump got rid of all of them Mexicans and Hispanics, nobody showed up for work. It's food still sitting on the vines, still sitting on the trees and the crops, wasting. Or the worms eating them. They having a good old time. That is also going to hit California. California didn't even have water for a minute to water their cows. That was around COVID time, though. If you're paying attention to what's happening with the farmers, what's happening with the farms, what's happening with our livestock, we're heading into a recession like the Deep Depression, like the Great Depression. Invest into some food companies that have, I chose companies that have been here forever. Campbell Soup been here forever. General Mills been here forever. Kroger been around a while. So when this starts falling apart with our food crisis, please trust the government gonna be stepping in just like Egypt, talking about we got all the food. You just get it from us for a price. The question is, what is that price? What is that price? And hopefully it's not having to become half robot. Okay? So invest in something dealing with food. Because what I do know is the companies that have been here the longest, when it comes to elites, they're going to have the first voice to speak. The companies that have been here the longest, they should have built a pretty good empire to be able to stand through a famine. And those stocks may shoot up. Those stocks also yield dividends, monthly dividends. I get a payment every month for the money I've invested into those stocks. So there are some stocks that will pay you back money monthly. Okay. So those are some things. You can also not only purchase gold and silver, but invest in it. A lot of the young people right now today, they're investing in digital gold. I know that makes no sense. When I heard it, I was like, digital gold? It's digital. How is it gold? Anyhow, that's what's happening. Digital gold. I do have some stocks in silver and gold. My silver is ZAG, XAG, through Uphold. I believe that one's on Uphold. But I have invested in gold in the stock market and silver in the stock market, as well as having gold and silver bullion on hand. Okay. Let's go into coins. Coins, y'all. Coins. You see a lot of meme coins. You even see the Trump coin. Trump said he almost got killed and they nipped his ear. Boy, you ain't been in the hood long enough. You couldn't take 12 to the body? You weak. That don't sound funny, but real talk. You know, black men. You can look at 50 Cent. How many bullets did he take? He's still standing. I got one of my cousins. He took 12 bullets to his body. He came out alive, still standing, walking, talking, and talk a whole lot of shit. Okay? I can name you multiple black men who have taken multiple bullets and still walking and living. Trump couldn't take a nip to the ear. You weak. Okay? Anyhow, he got a whole coin. And you can go look at it right now. I looked at it last night. Now, y'all chime in and type and tell me what you think about this, especially y'all that is in the day trading and crypto. Please tell me what you think about this. I look at the tokens and the coins. Now, most of the tokens and coins is under $1, 0.009 or $1.50. Trump's coin was $8 and some change. The only one I saw. The only coin I saw that was $8 and some change. How is that? The coin just came out. How is that? Anyhow, his little coin with his picture on it, looking like Caesar. The Lord says, give unto me what belongs to me, and give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar. God don't care about that foolishness. Anyhow, coins, y'all. Everybody is not going to be accepting US dollars, okay? 2 of African countries already have denied it. They do not and will not accept US dollars. Okay, so the wheel has already started turning. So as all these other countries sign up for BRICS, BRICS, you can Google it, AI, look it up. That is a different group who has decided that we're not using US dollar anymore. We're not supporting the colonialism and elitism of white people. And this isn't a racial thing, but let's say facts are facts. It's the white people who did it and who are doing it. So they're not going to use that. That being said, all money and transactions will be ran through what is known as Ripple or XRP. Listen carefully on this, because some people don't understand why XRP is so big. Why are people talking about XRP so much? Right now, we switch our money through banks. We use cash apps. We use all these different things, right? I'm not going to say Cash App and all these other things are going to disappear, but it's going to be some major changes. All money and transactions will be running through XRP. Why? Because the whole world is not going to accept Bitcoin. That's like saying we all accept the US dollar. They don't want the US dollar no more. We're going to move from US dollar to Bitcoin. It will be USD will no longer be USD. It'll be USBTC. US Bitcoin. Okay? That's what we're going to have. The world has said we're still not accepting all your money. We're going to use our own money. Okay? So, China might say we got the Shiba Yen or whatever. Then Europe may say, okay, well, we're using this. When Africa says, well, we're using the African coin, or we're using whatever we're using. The only thing that's going to process all of that currency is XRP. XRP will be the new mode of money transit in the world indefinitely, and it will be the last one. XRP, you're at the beginning. Get in now. Put nothing less than $2,000. And I mean 2,000. Now, if you're a crypto person and you know the terminology of crypto, usually if I say $20, add a zero, it actually means 200. So anytime you're dealing with a professional stockbroker, or anytime they say 100, they don't mean 100. Add a zero, they mean 1,000. They say 2,000, they don't mean 2,000. Add a zero, they mean 20,000. But for the sake of this video, because I know a lot of you may not know that, I'm simply just saying $2,000, not 20. No less than $2,000 on XRP. If you don't do nothing else, put that on there. Because when it hits, you should be a millionaire. Put nothing less than $2,000 on XRP. So that's a major one that you want. A lot of people are also into Ethereum. Ethereum is about to hit now. So XRP is still at less than $3 a share. That's why it's so easy to get in now. Because once it hits $100, $2,000, many of you won't be able to afford it. You won't. So while it's at less than $3, you want to grab as much as you can and let it sit. You can add more after the 2,000 if you want, but don't put nothing less than 2,000. Nothing less. Okay, so XRP transit all of the currencies that the world uses, right? What is H bar? H bar you can look at as like Cash App. Think of HBAR as Cash App or Zelle or Venmo. You send it fast. You're going to be able to send your crypto fast. But to send crypto like that, you're going to have a mode of transportation, right? Well, HBAR is your mode of transportation. That's why you're going to hear and see a lot of people talking about HBAR. You can't have XRP without HBAR. They coincide. You have to have them both. So I don't have any HBAR because I've diversified in other things, but it is at the top of my list. It's something that I am considering if I can jump in on that. But for those of you that have Ethereum, y'all about to be real happy because y'all are already at 2,500 a share. And so I do not have Ethereum either. It's in the thought process, Another thing that I am going to invest in this week in my stock, again, paying attention. A lot of people are leaving the U.S. A lot of people are leaving the Caribbean, and they're leaving UK. Okay, so especially with the Black diaspora, paying attention to this, they're all leaving to build Africa. So as Africa has shut the colonizers out, Africa has taken all of their resources back, and they're not sharing. They're calling all of the diaspora to come back to Africa to build our own country and to live a peaceful life. So as all of the diaspora are heading back to Africa, and people are leaving the U.S., people are leaving the UK, people are leaving the Caribbean, the stocks in Africa. So it's a stock called EZA. It's a package. You heard me talk about package deals. So the major mode of transportation of money in Africa is called MTN. That would be considered like our Cash App, our Venmo, our Zelle. They don't use none of that. They have what's called MTN. So as this transition takes place, as Trump is getting rid of all of the immigrants, he's trying to reposition America to be mighty whitey. As he's doing all of these things and starting wars in Iran and as he's doing all of these things, I'm telling you, when this thing hits, whatever it is, again, if it's not the famine and the food shortage, if it's not war on U.S. soil, whatever, if it's not a pandemic, another medical issue, whatever's about to hit, when it hits, the markets are going to shift, and you're going to want all of your money in the right places when that shift happens. So me knowing that everybody's heading to Africa and that's where the next major infrastructure is going to take place, knowing that Africa is going to be the next world leader, I'm investing in EZA stock. What is their money flowing through? You want stock there. What are the major construction and infrastructure companies that they're using for mining, for iron, for building, for steel? Okay, so the package and their technology, they're new in technology. They built the first solar powered car. Africa built the first solar powered car. The houses out there, they're making them more solar powered to reserve, because Africa doesn't have an extravagant energy system like America or like Europe. Okay, so they can develop it as America or Europe, or they can be energy sufficient. And right now they're focused on energy sufficiency. So getting ahead of the game, knowing where they're about to start focusing their finances at, I am investing in EZA in Africa. Because once everybody starts flooding, the market's going to change for Africa, and there's going to be substantial financial growth. Okay, so I diversified not only in America, but also in other countries. So look at stocks in other countries. Which countries are about to fall? Which countries are about to rise? Where is the money shifting to? Where is the focus shifting to? Those are the things that I pay attention to when I look at. Okay. So you guys, you can YouTube some things. I've even asked AI. I asked AI, what would be your recommendation on the best stock to invest in that would give me high yields or high dividends in a period of 5 to 10 years? See, artificial intelligence, y'all. You better check it out. The artificial intelligence. Because artificial intelligence looking like, hey, I bring in money too. It might be me you need to invest in. That's going to be your best bet. So, y'all, AI is alive. AI does speak. And it does understand to a certain extent. And it gives pretty accurate information. So, start using your Chat GPT and your DeepSeek. Ask those questions. Okay, so now switching from, building wealth, especially if there's a lot of African Americans, diaspora watching this video. For me, you guys know, shout out Abraham Traore, Burkina Faso, Africa, shout out. You're going to hear me say that till I make it to Africa in November, y'all. So, positioning yourself. So as I head to Africa, and you can see a lot of diaspora are going there buying property, building beautiful $1 million homes that don't even cost $1 million, starting businesses, doing these things. So that's what I'm on my way to do, to build wealth for my family, build wealth for my bloodline, my lineage, and pass it on. And too, while y'all watching this video, teach your kids. Teach your kids. Teach your kids. My daughter was here a couple of weeks ago, and she's like, Mama, I was day trading today, and I pulled off $100, and that was $100 she just put in her pocket because she needs to do some things. But the fact that, she caught on to it, and I know she knows different avenues to make money if she needs it, I'm cool with that. Know how to make your money. Know how to get a little extra change when you need it. Okay? So teach your kids avenues and ways to make extra income that can potentially turn out to be financial freedom for them. Okay? So yeah, look at other places where you can buy properties for way less. And you heard me at the beginning of this video. Building wealth in U.S. through property ain't like it used. It's not like it was. They're literally setting USA up to be authoritarian. They're literally setting up for everything to be controlled through just a few people. The grocery stores, centralized. It'll be all through the government. If you have robot or got chips, you can get food. The banks that are shutting down is because they're moving to central banks. Just a few banks will be running everything. It won't be the mom and pop banks no more. It won't be none of that no more. Okay? The work sector, who they choose to leave human jobs for, all of that is changing. All of that. So they're really setting North America up for a completely different overhaul and a completely different look. And as they do this, you have to figure out, where do you belong? Where do you fit in? And I can't even say entertainment industry, because if you look now, they're making music with AI. AI made music. It's not even made by a real human being. It's not even made with true, real, God-given talent, God-given spirit, soul, God-given soul. It's coming from artificial intelligence. There's a whole tiff right now with Timbaland because he hired an artificial artist who's making music, and he's getting paid off of an artificial artist who ain't even human. It's a whole big tiff about that. So the music industry is changing. The entertainment industry is changing. I can make movies now and I don't even need a live person to make the movie. So you guys, again, shifting from human thinking to digital thinking. That's where we are. That's the direction we're going in. And you can fight against it. And we do need to resist some things because all things are not good. All things are not right. But at the end of the day, God knows, and he knew where we will be in 2025. He knows where we're going. He knows the role that the devil plays in the world. He knows the role that his people play in the world. And he knows the role that atheists and non-believers play in the world, right? There's an array of people here. But regardless, God's will and his plan is going to happen. Because without him, we wouldn't even be here. Some people think we would, but we wouldn't. You're not smart enough to make that happen. So, yeah, you guys, you really have to take a look at things from a broader perspective to get a fuller picture. And I'm going to leave you with, you have to know what role you play. Where are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be doing? What's your assignment for your bloodline, for your family? What are you supposed to be doing? You know, what's most important to you? And so if you're stressing over what your future looks like and you're stressing over what are my finances going to look like? Am I going to be alive? Is my health good enough? Should I get a job? I'm not able to work a job, but I need income. You know, he's changing Social Security. He's changing so many different things. It's hard to even keep up. So the best thing you can do is go back through this video, listen to the things I've said about assets, about investing, about understanding where you're supposed to be, what fits you, what fits your financial situation, what fits your health, what's better for your health. That includes what you eat. Is it artificial food? Because we have a lot of artificial food here in the U.S. Is it your air quality? Because we have a lot of polluted air here in the U.S. Is it your access to health care? Is it safe health care? Because here in the U.S., a lot of black people don't make it out the hospital, especially mothers birthing kids. You have to look at these things. What is most important for your well-being? And if it's not U.S., you have to swallow that pill and accept it. And then locate, where is it? Where do I need to be? What's going to make me grow and thrive and move forward and develop in a healthy way? What's going to set my mind free and relieve stress and pressure off of me from oppression, suppression, from racism, from discrimination, from hatred? Where is that place? Okay, so those are things that you want to look at. Where, and more than anything, where does God want you to be? Where does God want me to be? Where do my skills and talents fit in? Where do my skills, my talents, my experience, and my abilities make the most impact on this planet? Where? So pray about those things. Ask God. He'll show you. He will tell you. He will show you. Okay? And of course, play the lotto. I'm just joking, y'all. Go get you some lotto tickets. Play Publishers Clearinghouse. Maybe you'll win something there. Okay? That's a 1 in a billion. That's a 1 in a billion chance, anyhow. But those are some things you guys can do, as well as starting. Pray. Ask God to show you how to start a business. Are you supposed to start a blog? Are you supposed to be a content creator? You may need to educate yourself how to be a content creator. Educate yourself. What does it mean to have my SEOs optimized? You may need to start educating yourself on different terminologies, different sectors that are available to produce income. Okay, maybe you're supposed to do content on being a day trader, or content on whatever you do. It doesn't even matter what topic. People are searching for all kind of information. It doesn't matter. Get comfortable with the camera. Get comfortable with things that you didn't want to do. You don't have a choice. Do you want to go work a job? McDonald's might still keep hiring. Need fast food. But I even saw restaurant Whataburger. They don't even have people working in Whataburger. It is one in South Austin, Texas. There ain't no people in there but in the kitchen. All the food goes into lockers. And when you pull up to that Whataburger, you got to go in, find your locker, and get your own food. You can't walk in, order your food, and sit at the table and eat. They don't have that. There is no walking in, ordering your food, sitting at the table and eat. It's call your order in, DoorDash it, order it online, go to the Whataburger, go in, and get your food out the locker. Ain't nobody serving you nothing. It's already started. So if your fear is you won't have a job, go through these things that I said, because you're just going to have to build your wealth through AI and what technology has to offer. You're going to have to get on AI's timeline. I'm sorry, y'all. Get on AI's timeline, or figure out how you finna get that money coming in through starting your own business. Through content creation, selling products, digital products. I have music for sale. Digital. You just purchase it off my website. You can download it. You don't even have to wait for it to get delivered. Don't have to go in the store to buy it. I have an ebook. You don't have to order it. You don't have to go to the store and buy it. You can get it right offline. Have a whole book to read. Work on your mindset, personal development. What future me told past me. Digital products. And my daddy daughter series will be, I'm putting that together, and it'll be on my website. So if you know fathers that want to work on their relationships with their daughters, digital product, they can download the whole series, go through the series, work on things with their relationship, with their self, with their daughter, all this stuff. Digital products. They have all kind of digital products. Create movies, create cartoons, post cartoons, create a news station. You don't have to sit and watch Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 13 no more. You can get on YouTube and watch people who have created and made their own news station with nice little news backgrounds. You can watch Tisa Tales. She covering the whole Diddy trial. And she's not a professional reporter, but her work is good. Because where people would block you from being your greatest, I'm sure if she had applied at Channel 5, Fox News, or Channel MSNBC, they would have denied her. They would have saved her for a white person. They would have told her she wasn't qualified enough. They would have came up with some reason why they couldn't pay her the same amount they paid a white lady. But now you don't have to be blocked, blackballed. You can go on YouTube, create your channel, and the people who support you, that see your talent, that see how good you are, they will support you regardless of racism, regardless of, corporate America trying to block you and suppress you and downplay your gifts and your talents. We can bypass all of that. And we can see each other now. And we can support each other. And we can donate to each other. And if you want to donate to my channel, look in the description. There's Cash App. There's PayPal. You can go to my website. You can purchase merch. You can purchase books, music, different things, t-shirts, makeup bags, candles, all kind of stuff. And that's a way to support this channel, y'all, because I'm going to keep bringing it to y'all the way the Lord gives it to me. I'm going to keep trying to help y'all the best way I can, even as I try to set myself up for better financial circumstances and wealth. I'm going to share that with y'all. And until next time, I hope this really helped you guys out and gives you some directions on where to go, what to think about. Some of the videos you can watch. So some people I love for the content creation, Odetta Rockhead Kerr. She's amazing at her stuff. Another one is, what's her name? The Hintons. And I love her show because she'll say hello in so many languages. She'll say, hola, hello, konnichiwa. She'll go through all these different languages. But she has a really good channel too, on content creation, on all kind of things, from news channels to Google reviews to surveys to books to any kind of way to make money. They got it. So I really enjoy watching their content. If I can, I'll put links to their stuff as well if you want to start following them and just start working on your money mindset. Another person I love for the money mindset, her name is LaShawn Holland, and she's a financial coach, and I actually took some coaching with her a few years ago. And she's the one who got me started on XRP 6 years ago. She told me about XRP 6 years ago. And she said, y'all start putting in. She said the same thing, $2,000. So that, understand, a lot of information is just not hit and miss for me. It is because I have taken coaching as well. So even through my coaching, personal development coaching, financial coaching, public speaking coaching, all the different coachings, biblical coaching, all kind of coaching and mentorship. So when I bring you this information, y'all, it's not solely because I prayed and said woosah. It's not wholly because it's just experience. It's because I've done the work. I've been listening. I've been watching. I've been studying. I've been applying. I've been doing a lot of different things. So I'm just putting that stuff out there for y'all. So I love you guys. Help me out. And so until next time, I check your girl out and keep working on them bags.